Hey guys, welcome to another episode of How To with the Caribbean Gaffer, powered by 13 Degrees North Rentals. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at the how-to of one of my absolute favorite things within production, lighting. We are going to be going through the basics of hard lighting versus soft lighting. And for those of you who don't understand, I'm going to be breaking down those terms right here just for you. All right guys, let's get into it. Lighting. Hard lighting versus soft lighting. But before we get deep into that, let's examine lighting and how it's used on set. Now, lighting is used in many different ways to create contrast, to tell stories, to make people seem more ominous than they need to be, or to make things bright and cheerful and make you feel happy. And we do that with a combination of lighting techniques. So we could do soft lighting, which is nice and soft and warm and fuzzy, or we can do it with hard lighting. Like, let's go back to the beginning of the westerns and in the movies. If you watch any westerns, you will see that a lot of things you thought may have taken place in the midday sun was actually on set with just a lot of hard lighting, casting a lot of shadows on the ground, making you feel like at high noon we're gonna have this showdown. Now, that is the beauty of lighting and lighting techniques, and the beauty of knowing when to use hard lighting and when to use soft lighting. Now, as we look at hard lighting creates harsh shadows. So if we take, for example, this light right here, an RE 650 for now, which is a hard lighting, and hard lights will come like on a par can or an open face for now. And a perfect example to understand this theory and this terminology is to look at the sun on the outside. At midday, you will have a long, defined shadow, which will be a hard shadow on the ground. That is when it's nice and hard. On a cloudy day, however, you will realize that your shadow isn't really as prominent as on a clear, blue, sunny day. And that's because the clouds act as diffusion and diffuses the sun and makes it softer. Now, within the context of your home, if you have fluorescent lights, for example, those are a lot softer than the incandescent bulbs that you will find in your regular household lighting. And even if you want to go a little bit further, if you take a candle, for example, a candle creates a nice harsh light. So if you want to do puppet shadows or whatever, it's good to use a candle or a searchlight so you have a nice defined shadow because the light is a lot harsher. Now let's take a look at this light right here, the RE 650. This light now is a hard light. Now, it is a hard light because if you could see the shadows here being cast in the background, they're nice and hard and defined. Now, the lights that are actually lighting me up here right now within our little studio setting are soft lights, and they're more like this type of light. Now, this is aperture tube. Now, these are soft lights. Now, you may ask yourself once again, why hard versus soft? Now, not only in most cases is the color temperature different, but we will get into that in another episode, color temperature in another episode. But in most instances, it is all about beauty and not casting hard shadows within the lighting setups. So, how do we create soft light from a hard light? Now, in creating soft light and trying to minimize shadows, sometimes we have to use diffusion. Like I said before, on a nice, bright, sunny day, clouds are the perfect diffusion for the sun. And for most cinematographers, most directors, shooting on an overcast day is always better than shooting on a hot, bright, sunny day, because you're able to control the contrast that's occurring on the actor's face or on your talent's face from the sun. Now, diffusion. Diffusion comes in various forms. You can use silks, or you can actually use diffusion gel. Well, this is 250 diffusing gel, one of the most commonly used gels on set. So you could get silks to diffuse like from a full stop, half stop, quarter stop, 3/4 stop. Easiest diffusion out there, to be quite honest, is a big white shower curtain. If you don't have diffusion gel and you have a hard light and you want to soften it and you have a shower curtain, you can use a shower curtain. Or you can call 13 Degrees North Rentals and we can provide you with some frames, some flags, and some diffusion. So next time you're watching your favorite show, look and see if the DP or director is applying any techniques in terms of creating shadows, creating contrast with hard light versus beauty lighting, which is all soft and warm and fuzzy, and try to tell the difference between the two. Now remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow us at 13 Degrees North and 13 Degrees North Rentals, or you can follow me at the Caribbean Gaffer on Instagram. Yeah, thank you for watching and make sure and tune in to the next episode of How To with the Caribbean Gaffer.